morning.
I gave you extra time today. Reverend Ed said, "You're never going to get him to sit down." I said, "It's my favorite time." I love seeing everybody hug each other and love each other up. I'm Jennifer.
Jennifer.
So, we all know each other. Announcements. Oh yeah, no, I'll open it up.
Sorry.
Thank you, duly noted. Brother, forgive me if I get your name wrong. Ukumba. That's pretty good for me.
Yes.
Thank you so much for filling in. You're a blessing for us here today. Yeah, no, really, thank you. And on the drumming front, Marshawn and Alicia have asked a fellow musician friend of theirs named Darren, to join us. And he is going to be joining us in early January. So that's very exciting news for us, because there ain't no band without the backbeat. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. You know, there's the whole like drums versus guitar debate. I always go back and forth, but I have to say I think my heart over the drums. So that's good news on that front. Alicia, if you want to say a few words actually about music stuff, and then.
Well, on that note, Marshawn says hi. He's actually leaving today on the train, and he was really touched by the card, the offerings we gave him, and he wanted me to send his love today. He loves all of us here. Musically speaking, we have a format where we often do a song in the middle of the service that we refer to as a heart and soul song. So I wanted to invite anybody here who likes to sing, likes to play music, to talk with me afterwards. If at any point in time you would like to lead a song, do a solo for that slot, even if you don't want to be the only one up here, but if you say, you know, hey, I really, really love this song, can we do it one day? And I would like to sing it or participate in it. You don't even have to, but if you want to participate in submitting music that way, please let me know.
Yeah, we want the community to be co-collaborators. That's what we want on all levels. Along that line, I'm going to throw out the idea. So we out-tithed to Unity this month, and I'd like us to continue to out-tithe. And I think it would be a good idea if we came together as a community and started looking at places that we would like to out-tithe to. I might suggest one, which is Reverend Ed's Spirit Expressing. We've out-tithed in the past too. I also want to mention that Reverend Tony Cryer, who has come and ministered to us before, we had been a long time since we had checked our P.O. box, and waiting in that was a check from him, and they out-tithed to our church. And so I sent, yes. And we now need to make sure that we can cash that check. The banquet's been that long, so that's an important thing. But I sent him a letter thanking him. And so I want us to be a blessing to other churches, other organizations. So I think that we should talk as a community and discuss maybe on a monthly, once a month that we out-tithe on the financial front, since that is part of the finances. As I told you, we're doing quite well. Last week we were short, but we sent Marshawn off correctly. And that was important, so I think that that's a lot of the reason why. But Marshawn got sent off in a way that was really, Alicia said $5, $10. They were not $5, $10, and he is somebody who was a true anchor, as Reverend Ed just mentioned. And by the way, he was mentioning that in reference to you, Tijuana, who is here visiting, who is a true anchor in our church. And by that I mean, members that are here, not just physically week in and week out, but are here spiritually, are here in terms of their giving on many different levels. There are people. And so we are so happy that you are here visiting with us, sister. You are an anchor. Yes, you are home. Absolutely, absolutely. And so members like that, whether you are near or far, and Marshawn included, this is, I hope, always your home, and you continue to be anchors for us. So in terms of our finances, we're doing okay. I told you we need to hit about the $1,200 mark every single month. We have about $7,000 in the bank. 35 of which is owed to the Kennard School, to the Lincoln School. So I'm working on getting in contact with them, because I'd like to pay that back slowly, if possible. It will be better.
$1,200 every month, every week.
No, $1,200 every week. $1,200 every week. It costs money for us to come in here and have this space and pay our ministers and pay our rent, yeah, music ministry. So we're doing okay. So I'm your cheerleader. Keep going. We're doing it.
Thank you, Jennifer.
All right. And Shipper, you have one more announcement? Okay.
Yeah, one was today there's a party at Vicki Poppy's house. She's been a guest minister here and taught Course in Miracles. She's at
140 Adams Street.
140 Adams Street, and her place is just full of love and light. It's a beautiful place. And I just wanted to make people... Quincy, Massachusetts, near the Quincy Center stop if you go by T. And if anybody's going, I'd love a ride. And I also just, and sort of in the wake of the calling Jerusalem the capital, there's a couple organizations that are working for peace in Israel-Palestine, and one is Combatants for Peace. And it's Israeli soldiers and Palestinian fighters who come together. I heard them speak. They're very affecting. They have a very humane way of speaking, and I think they can make a big difference. And there's also Women Waging Peace. That's another really good organization. I think it's them, 5,000 Women March through the desert for 2 weeks for peace across the political spectrum. So just 2 organizations to bring, there are many others, but those are that come to mind. Thank you.
Did I miss anything? Is there anything else? No? Okay. I'm going to welcome up Reverend Ed.